You're live. You are live.
I guess that's good news for me.
Yes, you're alive.
You old bastard.
All right.
What is it? You got rabbit food over here.
Rabbit food.
You got food for Skippy, the squirrel. Take with those peanuts. He'll love those.
All right, what are we going to talk about tonight?
You know what I wanted to talk about? I know it's been a couple of days now, but what was his name? Woodard.
Who?
He was in the lead of the tournament, or close to the lead.
Woodland?
Woodland.
Yeah, what about Woodland?
Did you see him take the gas?
I did.
The first place I saw him taking the gas was this putt, and you could see his right hand past his left hand. He scooped the putt, and you could just see it was pure nerves. I mean, just absolute pure.
Which hole are you talking about? On 17?
No, it might have been like 15 or something, because it was before the wheels came completely off the wagon.
Okay.
It started right there, the same way it did with Jordan Speed. Started with a putt. And it's so easy, you know, everybody's working on this 350-yard drive and trying to hit the ball further and all this thing and ditch and ball and blah, 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 blah. But you know, then a 4-foot putt busts your chops.
Yeah. You know, but
Why Bernhardt got a broom, his putts for the broom.
yeah, but you know, if I'm going to play devil's advocate here, you can't understand how slippery and glassy those greens were.
Oh, no, I don't
You know what I
discount
mean?
that one bit. I don't discount it one bit. But you're talking about the best players in the world, and he should be at least putting crosshand or doing something to know that when he gets in that kind of pressure situation, that he can't let the right hand pass the left hand. I mean, everybody knows that one.
Yeah, but those greens, I think, were borderline just out of control. I mean, they were pretty much close to being unplayable, at least according to a lot of what the players were saying afterwards. It reminds me of what happened at Shinnecock Hills a couple years ago at the U.S. Open, where Phil Mickelson hit that putt. Remember, he was playing a little ping pong with his putter there, and he hit the moving ball.
Yeah, I heard something about that. I remember that vaguely. I'm lucky to remember yesterday. What was your name?
Right, what was your name again? And what happened there is, you know, after the tournament was over, I'm not sure when it came out. It wasn't immediately after the tournament, but the grounds crew, there was a grounds crew that was responsible for the front nine and one responsible for the back nine. And the grounds crew that was responsible for the back nine forgot to water the greens. So the greens on the back nine, this is in a U.S. Open on a, Saturday?
On the U.S. Open.
On a U.S. Open golf course, Shinnecock Hills. They forgot to water the greens, which made the conditions just so unplayable.
Shinnecock Hills, is that where your buddy Druga is?
He was there. He's no longer there.
He
just retired.
He might have killed somebody for that.
You got that right. It would have been a murder.
He would have had him up against the wall with his hands around his throat. You're dead. That's what you get when you hire illegal aliens to water the greens. they don't show up.
But, you know, that's what I kind of, how I view the Bay Hill tournament on Sunday. Those greens were just to a point where they were so slippery and glassy, it's just unplayable almost.
So you practice in the bathtub in your room while you know, the night before.
Yeah, but you know how rare does that happen? You know, it's yeah, I think the conditions were just.
There's a lot of things you can practice in the bathtub.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Especially if you get lucky at the bar downstairs.
Well, we left you that little rubber ducky in your bathroom. See that in there?
The rubber ducky.
But, you know, I think where Woodland kind of lost some of it was, you know, it wasn't necessarily the iron shot on 17 where he hit it in the bunker. I don't know how to explain why he hit it in the bunker there. Maybe wind came up or whatever it was, but the ball was just it was in a tough spot. It was just came out of its plug mark. And
Yeah, but it looked like he decelerated. You're talking about a bunker shot that he dumped?
exactly. So my point with the bunker shot that he dumped was because the greens were so glassy, his only chance for making a par from there was to barely get it on the green and let it trickle all the way down. It was so fast.
Yeah, yeah.
So, it looks like the people on television watching it that he dumped it. But in reality, he had to be so delicate with it. He had to be so cute. There was only one way that he could have gotten it close for par, and it just didn't quite work out for him.
Not only that, if you notice the balls, when I was walking, how the balls were sitting in the bunkers, and you got a fried egg. So,
Yep.
so whatever it was that Arniga did with a golf course, he made sure you got the same kind of sand they have at the Masters, where
Yeah.
it's real powdery, and when it's powdery, that ball's going to roll.
Yep.
You can't stop it from rolling.
Yep.
I think the best time, people say, well, I don't like the bunkers, they're wet. I'd rather have them wet
Yes. Yeah.
any day of the week. Because
Yep.
then you can put, the sand is more coarse,
Mm-hmm.
and you can put more backspin on the ball.
Yep.
So when they're powdery like that, they're murder. And
I agree.
that stick was like in a finger.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're talking about the par three, that
Yep.
the pin was at back. Can't say back left or back right, because there is no left or right. There was just one spot to put it. But it was in the middle of that finger, but that finger was pretty skinny. So you're right. He's probably trying to come out with little or no velocity, and then
Yep.
and then you just get off by just a little bit. You dump it.
Yep.
Then he was done.
And then he was done.
Then he was done.
Then he
right
was
there.
done.
It was all over.
And he got to hit it again.
But
Roughly the same spot. But
I'll tell you one thing that I noticed watching these kids today. They're so crisp on their contact with the irons. You can just hear it when they make contact with that ball. They're right on the money. So if you're going to get any spin at it at all, they're going to be the ones to get it. Although they're making the ball so it doesn't spin like it used to.
yep.
I wish they'd put it back the old way.
If you got any questions for us, just put them in the chat box there.
Tell them who we are.
We are
They
Quick
might
Fix
think we're a couple of
Golf.
stockbrokers.
Right,
or something.
we're Quick Fix Golf, Darren DeMille, Bobby Lopez. We are live on YouTube right now, and we want to help you with your golf game. We want you to get better, and the easiest way to do that is to get your cell phone out, take a video of your golf swing, and send it to us. Upload it right to our website at quickfixgolf.com, and check out our new app. That app is going to be up and live soon. It'll be on the App Store. Just put in Quick Fix Golf, and that app will be up live. And you can upload your video right on the app there. It doesn't get any easier. And we'll send you a free analysis.
Yeah, they have to be ready by Friday.
There you go, Friday, where you heard it from the horse's mouth.
It's a horse.
Real horse. It's a real horse.
It's not a horse. It's a jackass.
And it couldn't be any easier for you. We'll send you some drills to work on, absolutely free.
I
So
took Juan Valdez's jackass too. That's it. Whatever happened to Juan Valdez? I don't see him on TV anymore. Is he? Maybe,
yeah, I don't think that's
maybe it's not-
politically correct anymore.
Maybe in Colombia he
Yeah.
got
No.
buried there or something. Maybe he's dead.
But
Anyway, Ryan wants to know who you picking for next week.
the players this week. I like, first of all, let's talk about a little bit about the Players' Championship and the golf course. And if you ask the players there, who does the golf course suit? You obviously have to hit it long there for sure. So it's got to be a longer hitter. And when it comes to who's some of the longer hitters out there that are relatively accurate. I mean, if you look at the way Rory McIlroy drove it at Bay Hill, I know he didn't finish well on the weekend, but he drove it really, really nice and super long there. So you got to look at somebody who's driving it well and driving it a long way. So he'd be the first person that would come to mind for me. And where I put my money, it would be Rory McIlroy. And
But what happened to him this week? Because he didn't do so. I mean, he finished.
Yeah, I mean, I think he played fairly well. It's just, some of the shots that he hit, like he said in his press conference, he just wasn't rewarded for a good shot. He just got some, I think, luck. I'd have to say luck would be my term for that. He was just unlucky.
Luck.
He was just unlucky. And some of the bounces didn't go his way, and some of the bounces went some other players' way, and that's, I think, where he didn't quite finish and have the weekend that he wanted to. But I would have to go with Rory or somebody else along those lines. And Rory's putting's getting better. Who else is out there that'd be some of the longer hitters?
So you say Jordan Speed is out of it?
Yes, I would not put my money on Jordan Spieth this week.
Now, how about Finau? Has he been around anymore? He can hit it, can he?
Yeah, he can hit it out there, sure.
Well, let's check and see. I'll check while you're talking. I'm going to look up this PGA.org and see who's longest off the tee.
And well, I mean, you've got we could pull it up here for us. Pull it up.
Pull it up there. Cameron Champ.
Cameron
Champ's on top again. Average 322. Go ahead, but you took it away. Well, can you can't put it where everybody else can see it, can you?
Yep, I'm doing it right now.
You are.
Yep. And
Well, I tell you, you've become a world wizard with this thing. It's unbelievable.
Yep. Let me just
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard.
minimize us a little bit. Oh no, I want to do that fit the screen.
You can't see the wizard, no way, no how.
What am I missing here? There it is. Let's move this a little bit.
So Cameron Champ's at 322.
So Cameron Champ here.
And there's another Cameron.
Cameron Young, yes.
I think you have to have a name like Cameron.
He's he played well at Bay Hill as well. Rookie
Who's this Vegas?
Johnny Vegas. Wow.
Is that how he spells his name?
Yeah.
Jonathan?
Jonathan.
Not Jonathan. Somebody spelled it. That's not Jonathan.
Jonathan. But Johnny Vegas, he's obviously a John Rahm up there.
Rahm's up there. Matthew Wolf. And it's amazing. Matthew Wolf doesn't look like a very big guy.
No. Oh, not at
Wyndham
all.
Clark, 3-6. Look at all these guys in the three figures.
I'll tell you what, I like Will Zalatoris a lot. His putting just scares me. It really scares me to watch him putt. It's a scary
There's
thing.
your buddy Souffle.
Xander. But where the heck's Rory at on this list?
Justin Thomas is number 10.
Yep.
Ricky Fowler. Hold on, you got to be kidding me. Ricky Fowler's number 13. Oh, he moved up to number 10.
Where the heck is
It's Charlie Hoffman. Keegan Bradley. They're still all at 300. Look at this.
where is Rory here?
Unbelievable.
I haven't seen his name. Did we skip it? Did we miss it?
No. There's Justin Thomas.
Sure, I got the right year in here. Season 2022.
Maybe he's cut back. Go further down. Some of these names I don't even know. There's Ustenhusen.
Oostenhazen.
Matsuyama-san. Oh! Sergio Garcia. Qué cosa, fíjate. La hostia.
Where in the heck is Rory? There's something wrong with this.
Maybe he's been teeing off with a 3-wood. There's Fleetwood. Now, I thought Fleetwood would be higher. Look at this, 296.
I don't know. I don't know where Rory's name is here.
Phil Mickelson. For a senior tour player, 292 is. Camilo Villegas, I thought he was gone.
No, he made it back in. He had a good year last year that kind of got him his card. Huh, how did we miss Rory in here?
Maybe he changed his name. Maybe he's a girl now.
Anyway, I like Rory this week. I really do. That's so strange. Let's see what he was last year. There he is, number 2 last year. I don't know where the heck he was, where he is this year. I don't know.
319. Look at DeChambeau, 323.
Yep.
But now he's in the hospital.
He's in the hospital.
You knew that was gonna. Yeah, you knew that was coming.
Let's see.
That's why the old man that taught me how to play used to say, stay away from drivers. Like I needed to go to one anyway. But long drive contests, he said, good players will never go to a long drive contest because it takes their rhythm off.
Yeah, I don't
Ruins their rhythm.
disagree. It's a different skill set there for sure. But
Not to take anything away from these the long drive guys. When you look at how it was years ago to today, it's amazing how much better they are. And they knock the snot out of it. But you got to move the ball around the obstacle course.
mm-hmm.
And they just have a tough time with that at that velocity that they're operating at. I think if equipment gets even better, they might be able to withstand that much torque and MOI or whatever it is. Was the golf clubs get really going through a lot of stress for those guys just swinging the 135.
Oh heck yeah,
clubs.
yep. Heck yeah. The face is there's a company out there called Crank, and they make these. It's specifically for long drive, and they have extra bulge and roll on the face. So there's quite a bit of extra bulge and roll there. And their concept with that is that if long drive players are using it over and over, it flattens over time.
Yeah.
And but I was working with Rick one year, and he'd just gotten a new crank driver, and he kept hitting them sideways. And I knew it was something to do with the driver there, and it was just because he hadn't worn the driver in properly. Like wearing in a pair of shoes, or
Right.
he hadn't worn it in enough yet.
Oh, I know. I wanted to ask you something. Have you heard of this shaft? If anybody knows anything about it, put it in the chat box. The Pink Lady,
The Pink Lady.
Pink something.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, one of the students in Richmond has one. It's like $1,000 this thing or something.
Really?
And it's real whippy down at the tip.
Uh-huh.
And he mentioned the name of a tour player that's using it. It's the Pink something, Pink Lady or Pink. I don't know if it was Pink Lady. Let's look it up here.
That's the Aldala. Autoflex. Autoflex. Is that it? Autoflex custom driver shaft.
I mean, that's it. That's it because it's got the gray part over there. There it is.
Wow.
The price drop means that the product's price has been lowered by the seller after several weeks of higher prices.
Here it is with Rory and Adam Scott's hot pink Autoflex driver shaft. This was, it came out a year ago. Looks like. I do remember something along these lines. $800.
Yeah, that's it.
Crazy.
That's it. But does it say anything here about why it's Korean company? There you go. It's under the scene of the golf world, similarly overnight with a single highly secretive product, a hot pink driver shaft.
Yeah, I remember something about this with Adam Scott.
Enough to land on tour where Adam Scott has attached it. His driver fairways, but there's such as Scott does nothing about the shaft's tech. In fact, no one does. Well, something's going wrong if they're lowering the price.
Yeah. Yep.
It was real flexible in the tip. The reverse of what you would think.
Yeah.
For longer hitters.
Yeah, you would think. If you got any questions, just throw them right in the chat box there. Remember, we're here to help you play better golf now. So get your cell phone out and send us a video of your golf swing. You can upload it right to our website at quickfixgolf.com. Or in another week, we'll have the app up and running. So you can download the app right at the App Store. And it's a lot easier to upload your video right through the app. And just take that cell phone out. We'll give you free analysis and give you some drills to work on.
Hopefully next week we'll be able to demonstrate it. Which, by the way,
There we go.
We're going to be on Wednesdays from 4:30 to 6, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
4:30 to 4:35.
Yeah, there you go.
You better be quick. 4:30 to 4:35.
Yep.
Get your questions in quick. It's called Quick Fix Golf. It's got to be quick.
Yeah.
Anybody got a question? Put it in the chat box. Ryan, I know you're coming along beautifully.
So maybe we should tell everyone our story about playing the Players' Championship, playing TP Sawgrass.
Oh, I don't remember that day.
I think that they want to know how you did on 17.
I did terrible.
How did you do on 17?
Well,
What happened?
you got to understand. I played golf for almost a year. You dragged me out to this king-size golf course. I'm teeing up to the back tee. And my irons sucked, and my shaft sucked in my irons. There's too stiff for me because I don't produce the kind of swing speed I used to. But anyway, got to 17, I knocked the ball in the water. And I teed up another, I said, that doesn't count. So I hit another one, knocked it on the green, and made the putt for birdie.
It's an intimidating shot, don't you think? I mean, it's all or none.
It's like Bob Rotella says. You put a 2x4 piece of board that's 6 feet long on the ground and tell somebody to walk on it, they can walk right across it fine. And you take that same board and put it between two buildings at 100 stories up and ask them to walk on it, and that's a whole different ballgame.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, one thing is screwing around with your pal, playing, and another thing is all of a sudden you got all the crowd and everything and TV cameras and people and this, that, and the other, and then you got, that green starts to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's not that big in the first place. It wasn't that big a green, I don't think.
No.
It looks bigger on TV, frankly. But it's not an impossible hole. The problem is it's an all or nothing hole. Either you have a pretty good score, meaning par or better, or you make a ton, and you lose your whole day right there.
Yep.
So that's the problem with that one.
But yeah, it's one of the most famous holes in golf, and it actually was designed by mistake. They
By mistake. So was my son that just called.
And actually, it was Pete.
How far is the tee shot on 17? I was using an 8-iron. But I was half hitting it. I wasn't hitting it hard.
Yeah, and the team we played from wasn't quite all the way back. They had that kind of closed. So we were just
close,
slightly.
though.
Yeah, we were close. Just off to the side there. And it was a kind of a hole that was just designed by mistake. And Pete Dye's wife is the one who designed it. They were
Same for me. It wasn't her. It was a different wife.
They were moving some dirt to create the hole on 16 and the hole, or the water on 16 and the water on 18. And they were moving all this dirt, and it just happened to pile up in this one area. And Pete's wife was just like, well, why don't we just put a green there? And it happened to the pile of dirt just happened to be in the middle of all this water, and hence the island green. So
some of the best things happen by accident.
By accident, yeah. Completely by accident. And it's also the home of our boy Dean Beeman, right? We've spent some time with Dean.
Right.
It was Dean's idea.
It's a beautiful facility. I mean, they have a huge range. They've got, of course, the enclosed teaching facility with the barn doors, and you can open it up in the wintertime or summertime, and it's all state of the art. I mean, it's high dollar. What does it cost to play there? About $400, I bet.
Oh, it's got to be up there, yeah, for sure. I bet it's all of 400. So.
Wow. I'd have to quit. Because we were lucky Dean invited us, but
yes, yeah.
But I'd have to quit. It was $400.
It was still an expensive day with tipping and the caddies, and before you know it.
Oh, as expensive was Topgolf. We went over there.
That's right.
But you couldn't stop drinking.
It's beer and chicken. That's what you do there, right?
You keep ordering another highball.
The highball.
Beer and chicken.
Yeah, that Topgolf's also a lot of fun. We had a nice trip down there.
That's a fun place to take a date and just watch your girl hit the ball.
All right. So Bobby's going on his dates.
So if you have any questions, put it in the chat box. Tell them who we are again, because they probably forgot.
Yep. Who are you?
If they're like me, they forgot.
Bobby Lopez and Darren DeMille. We're with Quick Fix Golf, and we are home of the online virtual golf lesson, and we want you to get your cell phones out and take a video of your golf swing. Send it to us, and we'll do a free analysis for you, not a penny out of your pocket. And what do you got over here?
Not only that, now that I'm a senior golfer, I'm experienced less flexibility, shorter drives, and a sore lower back. But I get to my round of golf with Revive 365 CBD. So get yours today.
So how is that tasting? Is it
It's tasty too.
tasty too? And is it working for you? Do you find that it works?
Yeah. You take a little bit of this and you put it under your tongue, see? If I can ever get the bottle open. See?
It's childproof. And you're supposed to leave it under your tongue for like 3 minutes.
Really?
You're not supposed to swallow it. You've been doing it the wrong way.
I'm surprised I'm not drunk as many times we did the commercial.
Oh dear.
But that's the rage now, with the CBD. Everybody's going for CBD.
Yeah, I just haven't. I guess maybe I haven't used it enough, but I never
Try
really
it.
felt the. I
Maybe
never felt
try it later.
the benefit of it, but
It's got a QR code on the bottle. It's got to be worth something.
there you go. There you go.
Who's got any questions? Put them on the take box before we go into a coma. You guys do a great job. Should be more watching. I don't know. It might get us in a lot of trouble. That's the one thing that's kept us going is that nobody's watching, so nobody knows.
I know, right?
We're gonna have President Zelensky as our next guest.
Yes.
Direct from an unknown location.
Right. We're going to be giving him a golf lesson.
Hey, I mentioned we could get him on as a guest. They'll bring golfers to get on top of the buildings and hit golf balls.
Yep.
Oh boy, I tell you. See, you had to start in, Ryan. Now you see that. I
That's
started
right.
to say that, and that now this is going to get popped off of YouTube
Yep.
or something. Gotta be careful what you say anymore.
So let's kind of backtrack.
So
a little.
who else you picking besides you? You said you picked.
I like Rory.
You liked Rory, but
Yes.
who else out of that list of long hitters? They were all long hitters, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Justin Thomas, you got to like him. I mean, he's another long hitter, and he's got some success there. But I like Rory a lot this week. I know he's playing well, and
What about Matsuyama?
Hideki's tough to not bet on. He's a long hitter. He's
They might not have a Japanese restaurant near the place or something.
I don't think that's what he eats. I think he eats McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah, I had sushi today.
Yeah, that looked a little scary. You got it from the gas station across the street.
You think Scheffler will win again this season?
Yeah, I mean, how about that? He's 2 for 3 in his last 3 tournaments. That's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Really?
Yep, he had a win.
What about him?
Scheffler's good. Yeah,
He's
Scheffler's
hot.
great. He's hot. I might be burnt out a little bit. I know I'd be burnt out if I had 2 wins in the last 3 tournaments.
A lot of people don't realize that you get to Sunday and you're just exhausted.
Yeah.
Even then, when I was only 25, you were exhausted.
Yep.
You were happy to go all the way to Sunday. It's better than going all the way to Sunday exhausted because you're practicing at the next location.
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting ready for it. Back then, it was Tuesday qualify. Oh, there you go. Carl Suspect. Oh, can you please discuss grip pressure points in your hands and overall recommended tightness of grip pressure? Sure. You want to do that? You want me to do it?
You can go ahead.
I grip the club in the fingers. Let's see if we make our picture bigger, or is it bigger to them and I don't
No, we
realize?
can make it bigger.
So I use a smaller grip on the golf club, and so does Darren. Funny enough, we didn't, that was just by accident that I found out. I grabbed one of his clubs and I went, wow, this is neat. He's got them really small. And what I do is that when I'm installing my grip, I set the grip up against the shaft, mark it, and then mark 3/4 of an inch further. So when I put the grip on, I stretch it all the way that extra 3/4 of an inch, and that makes it a little smaller. Rather than putting a lady's grip on, for instance. But I want the grip in the fingers, and I have very little grip pressure. If there's any at all, it's the first 3 fingers of the right hand. I'm making sure, and here's what I really have to make sure of. Let me see if I can turn this around this way. right here, that thumb, and there's a crease there, and there's no light through there. See that? It's not like this. You've got to have this together. I'm trying to do this and this together. See? And I use the overlap. I just take the pinky over the knuckle like that. Toski got me doing that. I've never changed it since then.
So, speaking of Dean Beeman, we when we visited Dean, he'd given me these molded grips. I shouldn't say molded grip. There's these grips that had some little notches cut out of them to where you need to put your heel pad. I think when you're gripping the golf club, there's a couple things you want, or checkpoints you want. First is your heel pad. Your heel pad needs to be on top of the golf club.
Exactly.
If you don't know what your heel pad is, it's right here. It's the meaty part of your hand. And most golf clubs will have a little section there where they have a piece of extra leather sewn in there just so it gets a lot of wear and tear. So you get your heel pad on top, and then your thumb, if you divide the grip in half, your thumb should not be right down the middle of the grip. Your thumb should be offset. Your left hand's going to be offset on the right side of the grip. Your right hand's going to be offset on the left side of the grip for a right-handed golfer. And those were the three checkpoints that Beeman, or there's actually a fourth one, that he recommended as far as checkpoints for the grip. And the last one was cradling of the right index finger. So, if you're taking your finger like this and you're wrapping it around like that, that's a cradle. And then you cradle it on the side of the golf club.
That's a weird way of saying it. It's true, though.
Yeah.
I look at it as I actually have a separation between that index finger and the other finger.
And you can have a little separation in there, sure. I've seen.
Dennis Duck, I'm glad you mentioned grip. Does the grip size and number of reps matter for most amateurs? I think a lot of senior players, they like a bigger grip because a lot of them have sore hands and stuff like that. But I'm still a proponent of a smaller grip because it's a smaller diameter. I want my hands to be fast. And I think my hands can be faster with a smaller diameter grip. And it seems like I got better control of the club face at the top of the backswing with the smaller grip. That's just me. And how come you use the smaller grip?
Same reason. Same reason. I want to feel like I can get my sitting it right on the fingers there. But what I see with teaching golf every day, all day, is that everybody's different, and some people have arthritis, some people have trigger finger, some people have had strokes where their hands are weaker. You name it, they come in all shapes and sizes. So it's really an individualized thing. But
I've always found the bigger grip might feel good, but it just demands more energy to rotate the golf club over the axis.
It does, and then that's why DeChambeau uses those big Jumbo Max grips, because he wants to minimize any type of face rotation in there.
There you go.
So
yes, I was going to say they have those Mo Norman grips or something that are like really big and huge. And he used to put the club in the palm of his hand.
Yes.
And Nicklaus put it in the palm of his hand.
Oh yes.
Left hand grip.
Yeah.
And I would never square the golf club up if I did that. There's no way.
No. Way too difficult to do.
And look, Nicklaus hit a lot of shots off to the right.
And because of it, and that's what he wanted to do. He knew where his ball was going to miss.
The first time I saw him was at Doral. It was on the 10th hole. The old 10th hole was par 4. It's par 5 now or something. And he gets up, and I'm watching Nicklaus for the first time, and I'm like all freaked out. I was about 13 or something. And he hits the tee shot well off the fairway to the right, the high balloon, left to right. Because there was water on the left, so maybe he was afraid of that. Then he hits this next shot. Oh, and as he was going to the ball, he said, "I've got a ball here." And he had this little high squeaky voice, and I went, "Holy crap." here's the bear with the little squeaky voice.
Squeaky voice.
And then he hits his next shot, and he's about 30 yards right of the green. Throws it up on the green about 12 feet from the hole and jams it right into the hole. Bang.
Yep.
Makes a par. I said, I guess that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
He still made par, so you got to make par in the holes that you look like you're going to make bogey, and you got to make birdie on the holes you look like you're going to make par.
Yep.
And I guess you come out all right. But he did have it in his
palm of his left hand. Yep.
In that book, The big miss.
Yes, Hank Haney.
Hank Haney was trying to get Tiger to do it. Tiger said, no way. And where did Haney get it from? Why was he recommending it?
I don't know. It's really the first I've heard of that.
It's in the book.
Yeah.
Did you read the book?
I read the book. I don't remember it in the...
I remember in the book.
Yeah.
That and the popsicle.
Popsicle. Yeah, the popsicle's a good story.
Didn't give him a popsicle.
Yeah.
Maybe he just assumed that, he's staying at his house. You just go in the refrigerator and get yourself a popsicle. You don't need to ask.
Well, I mean, if you think about it now, Tiger will, when he gets in trouble, it's when he makes a bad swing, it's when there's some sort of consequence on the left side. So maybe that's what Haney was trying to do, is just kind of eliminate, as he would say, eliminate the big miss. And for Tiger, it was left. He didn't like it, so put it in the palm of your hand. Tiger was not going to hit it left doing that.
I always thought that some of these long hitters, they're bailing shots out to the right because the club can't keep up with them. They're swinging the club so damn fast that they can't square the face up in time. But Tiger's hands are really quick, so probably like you said, he's trying to slow his hands down. I remember Butch, the first thing he did was slow his hips down.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Just put them in the question box here.
Where should your glove wear out?
On the pad he's talking about.
Yep, right on that heel pad there.
But it shouldn't wear out as fast if you grip the club real light like I do. I usually don't wear out my gloves very fast because...
Well, one of the reasons people wear out their gloves so fast is they get a size that's the wrong size. You got to get a glove that's snug and tight. So there can't be any wiggle room in there or any kind of friction to cause wear marks there. So most people get their gloves way too loose.
Plus, I carry several gloves. I usually have at least 5 or 6 gloves in the bag. So that I can rotate the gloves around. I might play with one glove, for 5, 6 holes, and I switch gloves.
Yeah.
That's I always used to do that. Especially, of course, in Europe, there's so much rain all the time.
Yeah.
And you had to carry 6 gloves in your bag. And he's saying, how long are the PGA Pro driver shafts? I think around 45 inches, aren't they?
Yeah, I would say if we're looking at an average, you're probably looking at 45 would be my guess. If we look at an average.
Yeah, now they made a rule, you can't be more than 46, is that it?
No, 48. 48.
I thought they got rid of 48.
No, not that I saw. Or maybe I'm missing something there.
We'll find out right now.
My driver's at 46. But yeah, I thought 48. I don't remember them changing that. I could be wrong.
I think they lowered it to 46.
Well, could be right.
We're going to find out right now. Anybody know?
Wouldn't surprise me. USGA doing something to make the game less fun.
Length.
Make the game less fun.
Right now, it's still saying under the rules of golf, the maximum length of a club is 48 inches.
48.
Clubs must be at least 18 inches long, or 18 inches long, and cannot exceed the 48 inches.
Dennis here says it's a local rule which can be adopted by.
Here you go. That's old information. Here we go. The length of 46 inches. USGA and RNA make local rule to cap. Dennis knows right. Dennis is on top of all this stuff.
Yep.
Got nothing else to do.
He's got nothing else to do.
Make local rule to cap pros driver's length at 46 inches. So they're talking about it.
Right.
Golf Governor Buddy announced a new model local rule Tuesday that will reduce the maximum length of a driver from 48 to 46 inches. The rule, which goes into effect January 1st, will allow the various tours the option to implement the rule. Well, that's not good. Either make the rule or don't make the rule.
Yeah.
How the hell you get a guy that's playing with 48-inch driver all year long, and all of a sudden he comes to this one tournament and they say, no, you can't.
Yeah. Well, that's the way they're doing it. They could adopt that.
Yeah, you're right on target there, Dennis. How's your hand? I hope your hand's all right. He broke his hand.
Oh no! How do you do that?
I don't know. but he broke his hand. Makes no sense to limit the length. If a guy wants to use a 60-inch shaft, who cares? Well, I'm with you. You know, what's his name? Manolo Pinheiro used to always bitch about 14 clubs. He said you should only have 12.
All right.
So you should have one wedge, and you have to learn how to take that wedge and make other wedges out of it instead of having a 60, a 454, a 50. So you get one wedge. Pick your pick. And you had
Yep.
to open the face or close the face, or do some shaft lean, or do whatever.
Yep.
So they're taking a lot of the talent out of the game by giving everybody 4 wedges.
Sure. That's definitely an argument there. Yep.
Well, it's good. We're getting a whole bunch of actions on this chat room.
Yep.
Any other questions before we close it up? You need the CBD.
Yeah, remember we're here on Wednesdays. We're going to try a new schedule here. We're trying to find a schedule that works for everyone, where we get the most participation, because we're here for you. No, we're not here for ourselves. We could be off doing something else, but we're here for you. We want you to play better golf. So
That's right. We're not that far from the dollhouse in Myrtle Beach. We could be there instead of hitting here hanging out with you guys.
4:30 to 6 o'clock is our new schedule.
What time do they open?
6 o'clock. 4:30 to 6 o'clock, and we want to take a look at your golf swing. So make sure you send it to us.
And we're gonna set up. We gotta go over this right now, live and in person. We need to set up a 4 or 5 day event to come down here, and we go ahead and just give them all the information we can possibly give them in 4 or 5 days. Where they play golf, maybe play a couple courses here in Myrtle Beach besides ours, and get them in the classroom here, and just give them a real download of everything that we've learned over the years to help their game.
That's a hell of an idea. Hell of an idea.
We're not at Leanne, your new wife. Got all those connections with all those hotels. She can get those rooms at a good rate.
Yep.
Make it affordable.
Yeah, we can do that.
Anybody in the chat room say, would you be interested in something like that?
Dennis likes
They
it.
just say he likes it. I mean, do a total download. We just sit there and think of everything we've learned over the years, and then maybe put it on some kind of a manual so you take it home with you when you got done. There you go.
Hell of an idea.
We can do it for like $3,990. No, something reasonable.
Yeah, of course. Yep.
Sounds good to me. Look at that. Thanks, Carl.
Well, we're going to wrap it up. We'll be here next week, 4:30 to 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Tell your friends. We're here for you, and send those videos in. We want to take a look at your golf swing. We're going to fix the big fault in your swing, and we're going to do it absolutely free. So send those videos in to us. Watch out for our app. You can catch it in the App Store. Quick Fix Golf, and enjoy the Players Championship.
There you go. Top of the class gets to go to Havana.
Well, there they go. Right.
You don't laugh. Right now, I would take over Havana if I was in charge of the country. You guys are lucky I'm not president.
All right, no politics here. All right, we'll see you all next week. Have a good weekend.